There are reports that Donald Trump brought in a foreign spy into the White House who has not gone through a security clearance. And we know that Donald Trump has connections to Russia. We don't know how deep they are because, as I'm going to show you, he has curtailed many investigations through lawyers and delay, as he has with other investigations. But there is definitely something there. And let us not forget, as one reporter put it, I've spent 4 decades dealing with Soviet and then Russian intelligence services, their stunts and their provocations. I've been interrogated by the KGB incompetently. I've written a book on East-West espionage. I agree that Trump's past conduct is highly questionable. Circumstantial evidence of Russia mischief abounds. He would certainly fail even the most basic check for security clearance. And 2 retired Russian spies have alleged that Trump was compromised on his trip to the Soviet Union in 1987, and given the codename Krasnov, Trump could have well succumbed to the KGB's trademark cocktail flattery and blackmail on that trip. I mean, are we at all surprised that Donald Trump could be blackmailed or just bribed with flattery and money? That seems textbook Trump. I can also believe that Russia funneled money to Trump in the 1990s to keep his near bankrupt business empire afloat. Now, that's not even, you don't have to believe that. That is something we know to be true. It's something that he has said before. Trump's own family has acknowledged his dependence on Russian money without ever saying where in Russia it came from. In September 2008, at the Bridging U.S. and Emerging Markets Real Estate Conference in New York, his eldest son, Donald Trump Jr., said, quote, in terms of high-end product influx into the United States, Russians make up a pretty disproportionate cross-section of a lot of our assets. We see a lot of money pouring in from Russia. The Mueller investigation was explicit in saying that not enough evidence existed to make it impossible for them to exonerate Trump from coordinating with Russia. And MAGA loves to say that it was that the whole thing was a witch hunt. They actually didn't know. And the reason why Mueller couldn't investigate the way he wanted to is because Donald Trump was president. He was able to curtail that investigation through lawyers, and also it was so partisan that there was no real opportunity for Mueller to gather information through subpoenas and all that sort of stuff because it was so cut off by the Republicans. And Trump has consistently defended Putin, or at least refused to criticize him. This goes back to the infamous moment at their first formal summit in Helsinki in July 2018, when Trump took Putin's point of view after he was asked whether he believed the Russian president or his own intelligence agencies about the allegations of Russia meddling in the 2016 U.S. election. And as I showed you yesterday, Donald Trump is back at it, where he is saying that U.S. intelligence is wrong when it comes to Iran not building nuclear facilities, which his own director of national intelligence said was not happening. And he says, well, he doesn't trust him. Well, where is he getting his intelligence from? Could it be Russia? And Russia did help in the 2016 election. They also, this is something I don't think we talk enough about, quite frankly, that there were hoax bomb threats linked to Russia that targeted polling places in battleground states, in Georgia, in Philadelphia, and polling places had to shut down. And in an election that was as close as it was between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, something that this really could have tipped the scales. And Donald Trump also, there's so much. Donald Trump also said this.
That a person in our government, Katie, would delete or get rid of 33,000 emails. That gives me a big problem. After she gets a subpoena, she gets subpoenaed, and she gets rid of 33,000 emails, that gives me a problem. Now, if Russia or China or any other country has those emails, I mean, to be honest with you, I'd love to see them. Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press.
Well, Russia was listening because shortly after asking that, when Trump asked Russia to find Clinton's emails, on or around the same day, Russians targeted her accounts. And then that's when we got all of those emails sent from WikiLeaks, because Russia hacked her personal accounts and then released them to WikiLeaks. That is matter of fact. Donald Trump said this, Russia did this, and then that happened. And again, that very may well could have tipped the scales because it was nonstop negative news about Hillary Clinton and her emails, which seems so small now. And now we have this new report where a powerful Trump aide who's in charge of vetting thousands of staffers still hasn't been vetted himself. One of the most powerful men in the Trump administration tasked with vetting thousands of staffers hasn't been fully vetted himself, the Post has learned. His name is Sergio Gore. He's the director of presidential personnel, and he recently convinced Trump to yank Elon Musk's endorsed nominee for NASA, LOL. Gore is 38, is in charge of picking about 4,000 executive branch staff to implement Trump's agenda, and he's done so by poring over old tweets, political donations, and remarks to ensure loyalty to the president. But 3 administration insiders told the Post that the veteran chief has not turned in his standard Form 86 or SF 86, a more than 100-page set of questions required for officials who need security clearances. Among the questions applicants must answer under threat of criminal penalties is where they were born and whether they have any foreign connections. Well, Gore claims to be from the island of Malta, though any official there could not confirm his birthplace. Interesting, huh? When provided his exact birthday, saying no acts are registered with the provided details. Weird. Gore declined to divulge his birthplace to the Post other than to say it was not Russia. I'm not from Russia, I promise. Why is everyone asking if I'm not from Russia? I'm not there. I'm not from there. I'm not going to tell you from where, but not Russia. Really believable stuff. It seemed like quote, lady doth protest too much, methinks type situation, said one official off the record. Like, why are you going so crazy about not wanting to fill this out? The form includes questions on birthplace and all former places lived, foreign contacts and family members, foreign funding, drug use, and more. The White House told the Post and Gore has completed the form, but would not say when he intends to submit it. It's really weird. He says he has the form completed, but it's not going to submit it, maybe in 2 weeks. And this man is vital part of the White House, according to Trump. We don't know where he's born. We don't know where he was born. We don't know anything about his foreign connections. And as we've seen, as I showed you, Donald Trump has clear ties and has been helped many times over by Russia. And now he's also saying that he doesn't trust his intelligence again. This all could be very easily cleared up if that man would just submit those forms. But something tells me it's not going to happen in 2 weeks. It's never going to happen. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like in the video. If you're not surprised, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.